Let me first ask you on this almost historic day if you see any parallels between the Urus and Lamborghini's very famous LM002, the first SUV dubbed the Rambo Lambo. Are you trying to kind of bring that back in any way, Stefano?
Well, for sure, you know, LM002 represented the first, I would say, SUV in the right history of automotive industry, and therefore that was for sure a font of inspiration for us. But you know, Lamborghini has to be focused on the future, and I do believe that the car that is just behind me is really represented a true Lamborghini with the real DNA of a Lamborghini. Of course, in a different dimension, you can use with your friends, with your family, and you were saying you can be very smooth, very gentle in the city. Or if you want to, you know, try to be more sporty on the track, you go to a selection that is different. If you want to use it in the sand, if you want to use it in the ice, you can use it really as a super sport car. So isn't that the car that we put in our portfolio for our customer? For us, it's a great moment for the growth of the company. It's a moment where I do believe Lamborghini will represent even a higher and more important position with regard to our profile in this business. So it's an exciting moment. We know that it's a big challenge for us, but that's the way it is. So we are very, very passionate and very motivated about it.
So your cars have become, you know, more and more accessible. You've got the Aventador out, a 12-cylinder beast that really feels at home on the track. The Huracan, also an incredible track car, but much more streetable and easier to get in and out of. And now this. What do you expect this to do to sales, Stefano? I mean, first of all, how many cars are you going to sell this year, and how many cars will you sell, say, in 2020?
Well, actually, this year will be another record year for the company. You know, we just need to wait for the last couple of weeks, but you know, the figures that we are heading to the end of the year is really something unique and spectacular in terms of volumes. We're going to be over 3,700 units, so we're going to have an incredible growth year by year. Of course, being an exclusive brand, it's important to be balanced in the growth. If you're looking what is the effect of this model versus our situation, we are expecting that in 2019, with a full year of production of the super SUV, we're going to be more than the double. And that's really something that is putting up our heads on a different dimension. It's not trivial, above all for us, that we are not used to that. The claim of this car was, since we made it possible, no one would have thought that in this moment, if you look where Lamborghini was 10 years ago, that momentum was really there. So really important in terms of perception of the brand. If you think that today on the social media, the young generation are following us in a tremendous way, over 11 million of followers in Instagram, just to give you a little detail, it's something that we take as a responsibility. With this car, we're going to enlarge our presence in the market. That's really something incredible for us.
Stefano, which markets do you think are going to be the best for you? And I know that in a small market like the UK, I mean, you see a lot more Lamborghinis driving around in London than you do in Beijing. Is this going to help you in places like China? Is this going to help you in places like Eastern Europe?
I would say that we start with let's say, a double dimension on each single market. For sure, just to give you a big ref, as you know very well, the United States represents for us the biggest market. We're expecting the double sizing of it. In UK, that is this year, the third market after Japan, we're going to expect another big growth. But what is more important, that we do believe that this car will open up new markets, new countries that will be part of the Lamborghini family. So a lot of excitement all around the world.
Stefano, when are we going to see a hybrid version of the Urus?
Very soon. That's already planned. The second generation of this car will be with hybrid, and I would say that that is heading around 2020. That's the idea, 2021. So this is the flexibility we're going to take it, because depending how the situation will evolve, but that's already a decision taken.
Where are you going to take market share from? Where are you going to conquer the most customers? I'm talking about the competition, Stefano. You know, this is a time when Aston Martin, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce, they're all launching utility cars in the next 3 years. So I suppose it begs the question, what differentiates you and who are you going to take market share off?
I think in terms of differentiation, our elements are the usual one. Design, the strong personality, characteristic of a super sport car in a super SUV. I mean, the parameters that you know very well are extremely important for us. The technologies on this car is superb, and therefore, I would say, speaking about the competitors, with all respect, you know me, that's my approach. I do believe that we need to be sensational on our side. And the others, if we are able to prove that this car is really something special, no matter is the provenance of the other customer, we will take them join in a very welcome and warm welcome into our world.
Stefano, how can you, I mean, ever since Ferruccio Lamborghini set out to best Enzo Ferrari, he's always kind of hit the automotive world over the head with a sledgehammer. I mean, you know, amazing designs that kind of split people, massive V12 engines that just burned rubber with amazing amounts of horsepower. Can you still do that? Can you still kind of live with that DNA in a world where you need to be more environmentally friendly and sell more cars to a diverse clientele?
I think that this is the biggest challenge, but for sure we want to be, as you know very well, in our DNA it has to be different from the others. So we need to find the right balance in terms of compromise on what is the right approach with hybridization that will come into our portfolio with the right engine. Our idea is to keep together with hybridization the natural aspirated engine, because that's really something that is what our customer wants. And we don't have to forget one thing, that for sure the super SUV, the Urus, will be a fundamental step into the future in terms of growth. But we will stay always focused in the preparation of the next generation of the super sport car, because Huracan and Aventador will stay, you know, for the next decade with different names maybe, but with different concept for sure, with a different design, keeping the same values and tradition that make the difference of our brand.
Well, I always wonder when I talk to companies like Lamborghini about dealership networks. It's such a sensitive. I mean, your dealership network is like a family to you because of the size of it. How much are you going to have to grow? Are you going to need another kind of dealership strategy? Do you have a totally new concept? Since you're going to double the size of your output, what's your dealership network going to look like?
Absolutely. We are enlarging the family members because we are today around 130 dealers. We're going to be, end of next year, 165. Today, in Sant'Agata, we have a very important meeting in 10 minutes to meet with all of them, just to share the new vision of Lamborghini. I think that, you know, I always said the fact that we cannot have a success without the relation with our dealer network, because they know that the territory, they know the customer, they know that every country is different from another one. And we need to make sure that the connection is really, really strong. For sure, we are shaping a different situation. We need to make sure that the level of service is what the customer is expecting from a car like this. This is a daily usable car, so it's something that altogether we need to do a step. As we said, today the line, we moved the bar higher, and this is something that we need to do all together.
Stefano, can I just quickly ask, I know a lot of Lamborghini owners buy one and then another and then another. How many orders do you have for this?
I would say officially we have opened the order today, but I can tell you that unofficially, at least the first, more than the first year is already covered. So it's a good sign. It's a good sign. We need to control it, but really positive.
All right, Stefano, thanks very much. Stefano Domenicali there, CEO of Lamborghini out of Sant'Agata down there in Modena.